Let's go, Lakers. Let's go. Put me in, coach. Today we are talking about the Andre Drummond signing, the LaMarcus Aldridge signing, the Blake Griffin signing, right? Who's better, the Lakers or the Brooklyn Nets? Before we get into that discussion, like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this video, and most importantly, comment. Let me know if you agree or if you disagree. But the most important thing is why you agree or why you disagree. Now, without further ado, let's get right into this. So, let's start with the Brooklyn Nets because they have that three-headed monster, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and KD. Right? That right there is just hard to beat. So if we're being honest, Brooklyn has the better team based on those three players. But them picking up Blake Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge, I mean, that's gonna do wonders for them. Except for the fact that they're gonna have to figure out chemistry. They're gonna have to figure out who's going where at what point in time in the game and how much playing time are those players going to actually get, because LaMarcus Aldridge is not a defender, he's a shooter. Okay, so y'all keep that in mind. He's a shooter. He's a bucket, right? You can give it to him in a post, you can give it to him around a free throw line, and hopefully I think he should have been working on this, and maybe he is, right? But shooting the three ball, because signing with Brooklyn, you know, with D'Antoni's system, right? You got Steve Nash coaching in D'Antoni's system. So that usually means that, hey, you're going to be shooting threes, or you're going to be, you know, right in that place where he likes to be. Now, with Blake Griffin, I noticed that his defense is a little bit better. He's hustling more, right? But the question is, how much playing time is he actually going to get now? Because now they have a bunch of things that they can do. They have a bunch of matchups that they can put on the court. But what's going to be the most effective? What's going to be the most effective? And is your team going to be happy with the decisions you make for the guys that are on the court? It's easy for everybody to say, yeah, we're all in, except for when they ain't on the court and they realize, man, I play better defense than him. Right? That's what you're going to run into. So, but this is the Golden State situation for Blake Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge. This is the best decision they could have made in their professional career, because once again, James Harden, KD and Kyrie, I mean, in a Steve Nash / D'Antoni offense, which means it's going to be come down the court, get the shot up as quickly as possible. That's a lot of room for a lot of guys to shine. But Kyrie is the guy, right? And what I mean by that is he doesn't really care to average the assists. He wants the scoring. But he hasn't, I don't know if he hasn't realized this, but that makes him replaceable, because there's a lot of guys who could score a lot of points. I mean, come on, let's just look at the scoring list. You know, Kyrie is not the #1 scorer in the league. Now, he does have a nasty handle on him, and it's hard for guys to stay in front of him, but he misses shots. And Blake Griffin is not, you know, the world's best rebounder. Neither is LaMarcus Aldridge, right? Neither is KD. But James Harden's a great rebounder. But guess what? Now we get to talk about my Lakers, because with the Nets, they're going to figure out, you know, who's going to set the screen, which is pretty simple. You know, it's going to be Blake or it's going to be LaMarcus, you know, and LaMarcus, I think, will be a better spot-up shooter than Blake. But you know, Blake will be he'll at least be out there, and he'll be able to pump fake and get to the basket and dunk, you know, kind of like he did already. But without further ado, let's get into my Lakers, okay? So we got Andre Drummond. Now, why is this key? This is very, very key, because the #1 thing that the Lakers need, Andre Drummond does. Not sure why we picked up Marc Gasol, because when they list him, you know, for missing games, they put conditioning. How does the Lakers, who just won a championship, let Dwight and JaVale McGee go, who are our defensive anchors, and bring in a guy like Marc Gasol, who's not even in shape. Now, we're at the end of March. The season, it started months ago. What is he doing? Okay, I don't know. I don't know what Marc Gasol is doing, but we're talking about Andre Drummond. So let's stay on that fact, right? Andre Drummond is one of the league's best rebounders. Best, meaning he's in the top 3. Okay, if he's not number 1, which I highly believe he's number 1. If he's not number 1, he's in the top 3. Now, what else does he give you? He's going to set hard screens. What does LeBron James love to do? He loves the pick and roll game. And guess what? Now he got Schroeder and he got AD. So defense is going to be key, especially with Andre Drummond and Anthony Davis on that back line, meaning, hey, LeBron, you can push up more. Dennis Schroeder can actually push up even more. And when I say push up on a defender, I mean getting very close to them without the fear of them getting past him, which Schroeder will actually catch you because he's that damn fast. But Anthony Davis is going to make you adjust your shot if he doesn't block it. So will Andre Drummond. And guess what? Unlike Kyrie and James Harden, guys who get up a lot of shots, Andre Drummond is the guy who's going to get the rebounds from those missed shots. So this is a beautiful pickup that I'm going to say puts my Lakers back in contention and actually gives Laker Nation hope, because he does the things that you need to be done, which is blocking shots, most importantly, grabbing rebounds and setting screens. Jokic and a bunch of those other guys, big guys, they're going to have their hands full with Andre Drummond, because he stops people from coming into the paint because he's the guy getting the rebound. So, with that being said, I'm loving this pickup. This is an amazing pickup. And also, with Anthony Davis and LeBron being hurt right now it's going to be the Dennis Schroeder show plus Andre Drummond. So now we're going to actually get to see just how good Andre Drummond is. I'm a basketball guy, so when it comes to highly talented teams, 2 examples of teams that have lost and had a whole bunch of talent on their team. My Lakers with the late great Kobe and Shaq. We got Gary Payton and we got Karl Malone. We lost to the Pistons that year. Miami, it was LeBron, Chris Bosh, D Wade. They lost to the Mavericks that year. So here we go again with that chemistry thing. And chemistry, for people who don't really know basketball lingo, right? Chemistry basically means, where are you in relation to where I am? Do you know when to cut so that I can pass you the ball when you're open? Am I going to pass you the ball when you're open, or am I going to give you the ball in your favorite spot on the court? Some people like the top of the key, some people like a wing, some people like somewhere around the free throw line, right? Everybody has their favorite places to get the ball, depending on their game. If you're a guy who likes to square up, jab step, rocker step, whatever, and get to the basket, you might want to be on a certain part of the court because you may like your options, right? Your options tell a lot about your game. But anyway, without going too deep into that, this Andre Drummond signing is amazing. All right. Now, I'm going to say this signing makes us competitive. But again, we got to give the nod to the Brooklyn Nets, because having those three guys, I mean, that's just hard. This is hard to beat, period. But with that being said, I'm glad the gyms are open, so I'll be posting a few training clips as well, just to kind of give the kids, the children out there, just some things that they can work on. That being said, put me in, coach. See you guys on the next video.